everyone, and welcome back to my channel. In this DIY, I am going to dupe a piece that I saw online. I was just scrolling through the internet and I ran across this particular piece. It can be used as a coaster or a stand or whatever. It depends on how big you make it, okay? Now, after seeing it, I knew that I can make it cheaper. And not only that, I'll be able to do it over and over and over and over again. So I went on Amazon and luckily I found the molds. The best thing about this is I found 2 sets of molds for one price. You get the square ones and you get the round ones. So what I'm going to do is use both molds to show you how to create a different kind of look with both. First thing I'm going to do is mix up some resin, and we have the craft resin deep pour. Okay, so with the deep pour you need 2 parts of A and 1 part of B, and you need to mix it for around 4 or 5 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and pour this. I'm going to use 3 cups. I'm going to pour 2 parts of A and 1 part of B, and then mix it for 4 minutes. Unfortunately, I'm out of gloves, so I'm going to be as safe as I possibly can. And now the A. Okay, so now I'm going to mix all 3 together. Now I'm going to put on my respirator and mix it together. Okay, so hopefully you can hear me with my mask on. I'm going to fill this one up as much as I possibly can, and then I add whatever I have left over on this one. Okay, so guys, I'm going to let this sit up for a minute. I'm going to go off camera and mix up some more. Fill this all the way up, then pop the bubbles. I still have this resin left over. Now, ahead of time I went ahead and poured some resin into this container, and it's already solidified, and that's what I wanted. So I'm going to go ahead and pour a little bit more in here. Next up, I have this perfume mold, and ahead of time I went ahead and created a perfume bottle. This is what it looks like if I left it clear. Here's what it looks like with a little bit of white acrylic paint mixed with resin. Now, the one that I'm going to use, I actually decorated. I used some flat back white beads, these 2 pieces of rectangular rhinestone, and a little diamond right there in the middle because I was actually going to make it into a keychain, so I had to cover up the hole. So what I'm going to do is put this right in the center. So I'm going to sit this on its back first, and I'm just going to pour some resin over it because I want the resin to get into all those little cracks and crevices. I'm trying to eliminate bubbles from coming in when I flip it over. So now I'm just going to take this tool and flip it over. Have a little bit of spillage there, that's okay. And now I'm going to add some more of the resin. Go ahead and pop the bubbles. Even though it's deep pour resin, I want to try with this mold. It's a carrot and a horse. So I'll just use the popsicle stick to fill in those spaces. So I have this left over, so I'm going to go ahead and pour the rest in another round mold, and we'll use that for a different project. So yeah, again, I'm going to come back in and keep popping the bubbles and let this set up. So I'm back, and it's been a couple of days. So I'm going to go ahead and unmold my pieces. First, let's do this one. Ooh. All right, look how clear that is. Isn't that beautiful? I have so many ideas for this, guys. Wait till you see what we do with these this year. Let's go ahead and take the round one out. Nice. Oh, the neck disappeared. Okay, yeah, the neck disappeared. I should have put like some bling around the neck. I can actually go in and just put a little bit of coloring right in there if I want to. That definitely will work. Okay, this is the pour that I had left over. And I'm actually going to do something with this piece as well. I am so excited for what I have in store for you guys. We are going to do some really high-end looking decor with these molds. So back to our coach and horse. The resin has been setting up for about 9 hours and it's still flexible, so that's good. Off camera, I went ahead and taped some wax paper onto the cylinder base that I picked up from Dollar Tree. What I'm going to do now is just tape this on here so that it'll have a curve. So now I'll allow the resin to finish setting up. So what I'm going to do is flip this over. I'm going to take 4 of these feet. Now these come in gold, silver, and I think like an antique finish. It's up to you what you want to do. There's no need for me to spend extra money when I could spray paint these silver if I want to, but I like the gold contrast with the clear. So I'm going to take some of my Gorilla Glue. And you can also use a little bit of resin if you want to glue these on. And I have my little thing on here to help me push my glue up. Thank you, Elisa. Alright, so what I'm going to do is take some glue and just spread it onto the base. Put it on one corner. I'm making sure that all the corners are pushed in and down. And then I'm going to move that aside and move on to the next. Okay guys, so moving on to idea number 2. I have some of these little fake ice cubes. And I think these might be cute as feet. So what I'm going to do is glue these on and use them as feet. So let's just turn it over. And I'm going to use my Gorilla Glue. And I'm just going to put some right on the tip of each corner. I want to make sure the legs don't extend past the actual platform. Check it on all sides. So I'm going to put that off to the side and let that dry. Of course, I'll let you have a better look at it once it completely dries. This is what I'm going to do for the round coaster. I'm going to flip it over. Now, you can use pretty much anything that you like to make feet for your coaster. You can use some of these flat discs from Dollar Tree and use those as feet if you want to. I would do it this way, maybe 4. But I don't think these are as clear as the top of it would be. You could also use some clear acrylic diamonds. Now, I have some blue ones. Some blue diamonds. I've been having these forever. Again, guys, I'm trying to use up all the stuff that I have so I can just cut down on the chaos, okay? So, yeah. So, what I'm going to do is glue these right onto the base. But I'm trying to see exactly where I want these to go before I start gluing them down. Okay, I think that's pretty good. So again, I'm going to take some of my Gorilla Glue. I could also use some UV resin, but I'm going to go ahead and use the glue and just push down on it to make the glue spread. You want to make sure that the glue spreads out because if you don't, you'll see it and it'll take away from the beauty of it. No peeking. I'm going to let it dry and then come back and let you see what it looks like. Okay guys, so I'm going to switch it up a little bit with this one. I wanted to have some fun. This is what I made with the leftover resin. This size for a coaster is perfect, even thinner if you want to. But I want to do something different. I want to make this into a lid. And because I'm using it as a lid, I need to put like a little ridge inside so it doesn't move. Now, I have this mirror that I could easily glue right in the center and use that, maybe a couple, but I don't want to do that. So I'm going to use that mirror as a guide to lay down my UV resin, and this is going to create the little ridge that I need to keep my lid from sliding off my glass, okay? It's not going to be perfect, and that's going to be okay. So I'm going to go ahead and pop it under here. Okay, so while this is curing, what I would advise you to do is just to put down a little bit and then cure it, and then add another part of the ring, cure it, and then add that, because it will spread relatively fast. Okay guys, so I built up my ridge and it's really wavy, and you can see it actually looks kind of cute. If I really wanted to leave it that way, I guess I could, but I think I want to maybe decorate it a little bit more just because of that. So I have this mold, and it's a rose mold. I made this rose a while back. It came out of this mold. So what I'm going to do is use some of my UV resin to glue it on top. And this is going to be my knob. Now I'll set that. You can also use some clear glue like this Gorilla Clear Grip Glue. Back to the hurricane that you guys seen earlier, I want to go ahead and remove the tape, the wax paper, and my mold. Okay, here's our mold. Let's go ahead and demold the pieces. Here's our dove. There's another dove. Some small roses. I have to separate this from the horse. A little bit of an overpour. And then we have our carriage. Isn't it cute? And this is how it goes. Okay guys, so back to the hurricane. I cleaned it. I'm going to come back to the lid later. Again, here's my carriage. So I'm just going to lay this down. And I'm going to use some of my Gorilla Glue. I could actually use some more of the UV resin. I'm just going to put some glue on here. Okay, just like that. And now I'm going to take my horse. Do the same thing. Now if you want to spray these, you can. I want to leave it clear because I'm curious to see how it looks. I can do this again with any color, but my curiosity wants to see it clear. And now I'm going to take some more of my tape and put it on there until it dries. Okay, you can see what it looks like inside, so I'm going to allow that to set up. Okay guys, so now I want to go ahead and glue on my doves, my two doves, and my roses. This is the center. I'm going to go ahead and put the roses in the center. I'll clean the glue off later. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. So I'm going to put some tape across it as well. So now I'll allow the glue to set up on everything. And okay guys, so here's the lid again. This is what it looks like after I put the rose on there. Off camera, I went ahead and made some more of these roses, but I used UV resin, okay? So what I'm going to do is glue these on top just to cover that up. Okay, so it's going to take 6 of them. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead and use my UV resin and glue these in place. So right now I'm just going to let it hit it for a second just to lock it down. Now I'll put another one down. Okay guys, so this is what we have. Isn't it pretty? Look at that. See how that changed up? I'm glad that it worked out the way it did. And I've said this in previous videos. Sometimes art will tell you what it wants to be. I had a totally different idea, but it chose to do this, and I'm glad that it did, okay? So now I'm going to take some of my diamond bling and wrap it around the lid. So this is our lid now. Now back to, okay, and because we have that curve, okay, and because we have that curve in it, it's going to be a whole lot easier for me to glue it on my glass. So I'm going to go ahead and wash this, come back, and then glue this onto the glass. And it's going to be a whole lot easier for me to glue it on my glass. So I'm going to go ahead and wash this, come back, and then glue this onto the glass. To our hurricane, I'm going to go ahead, and this is the back, I'm going to wrap some of the same bling around the base. And now I'm going to put some at the very top as well. This is what we have. Now let's go ahead and take this off and let you guys see what I have. Oh, that's pretty. I just need to clean up the glue there, but I really like the way it looks. Look at that, isn't that pretty? So many different possibilities. I actually could have made it to where it glows in the dark. Again, before you glue these on, you can spray paint them any color. You can do them in white, gold, silver, whatever color you want. I'm going to clean the glue up off camera. But now I'm going to glue a base to this because I just now decided this is going to be an apothecary. So I have 2 of these candle holders. So I'll probably end up making another one of these. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead and glue this onto the base. Spray it with some alcohol and wipe it down. Put this right in the middle. And I'm going to put some weight on top to help hold it down. I put some weight right there on top. So I'm going to allow that to set up overnight. And then I'll come back in and put some bling around the base and we'll be done. And now I present to you my 4 new gorgeous coasters and an apothecary jar. Okay everyone, this concludes my video. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave me a thumbs up. Don't forget to comment, share, and subscribe. Oh, and comment your favorite coaster in the comments below and tell me what you think about the apothecary jar. And please stay tuned as I bring you more beautiful DIYs. Okay everyone, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching.